Hey people, welcome to PicklerPodZ PPZ, India's number one and first pickleball podcast. Today we have a really special guest with us. He's from Kenya. He's growing pickleball there. He's a pickleball enthusiast, a tennis coach, pickleball coach, a great player, and actually sponsored by one of the big paddle giants out there. So yeah, let's try to have a chat with him and see how's pickleball going in Kenya. Hello, Brian.
Hi, how are you, Ninad?
I am doing super good. And if you don't know how much Brian loves pickleball, he is actually in a pickleball facility teaching some kids.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's nice being on the podcast today. Thank you for the opportunity.
Oh, of course. So, Brian, would you like to start with a little bit of introduction about yourselves?
Yeah, sure, no problem. For start, Nina has already said my name. My name is Brian Omwando. I've been playing tennis since 2009, and then started playing pickleball mid 2018 when one of the pickleball pros visited Kenya, Daniel Moore, and gave us an introduction. Then later forward, after he had gone back to Japan, we started. I tried to pick the sport up. And then now, uh, currently we have one club, Nairobi Pickleball Club, and we are growing the sport with four courts, and hopefully we'll have our first major tournament here in Kenya in August the 25th.
Well, make sure to invite India for that tournament. It's going to be great to play in Kenya.
Yes, we are planning to invite India on the next one that will happen on October the 27th because this one was kind of a short notice to the All Indian Pickleball. So we're planning to invite them on the one happening in October.
I'm pretty sure Indian players would be more than excited to join you. So in Kenya,
This,
how do you guys, function? Like, what is your state of mind when playing pickleball? Do you follow a lot of tennis vibe, or do you play a proper pickleball like the slow game and soft and stuff?
currently, we play differently. We have those who play fast, and then we have those who have mastered playing it slow. And then we also have players coming from badminton, tennis, and table tennis. So they have a different strategy on how to play it.
So how many players have you actually, made in pickleball? You'll say.
At the moment now I have 36 players playing, both that's inclusive of men and women.
Sounds great, buddy. It's a good job to have 36 players on your own. It's really
Yes,
great.
thank you.
So, do you guys there follow, PPA, PP, and the Western stuff?
Yes, even currently we were watching the Chakea Showcase PPA, the one that was happening over the weekend, and it was amazing one. After even watching Tyra Black Hurricane beating Anale Waters, biggest upset of the tournament, having the top seeds lose, even Ben Jones losing. It was a really impressive tournament to see players coming up.
Well, of course. And do you intend to send any of your players, or do you intend on joining APP or PPA for a match or two? Do you think you will?
Yes, we are planning on the same. Currently, I'm working on my visa. Hopefully, I'll visit the US mid September for a tournament in the US. So I'm still planning and see on how it goes.
Well, that sounds lovely too. So if
Thank you.
if you were to introduce yourself to someone who doesn't know anything about pickleball, who doesn't know the seriousness of pickleball, what would be your major achievement you will introduce to them as? Like, I am Brian Umando and I have done this and this.
Uh, regarding pickleball or just in general?
Pickleball specifically.
Oh, regarding pickleball, so mostly I communicate depending on the tournaments that I've played. I played in Uganda two tournaments, won one singles gold and two, one silver for doubles and one bronze for doubles.
Congratulations, by the way.
Thank you so much.
Now let's move towards your professional stuff a little bit. So recently, Brian, like a few days before this recording, he was sponsored by one of the best pickleball manufacturers out there. Selkirk Sport has officially sponsored Brian Umwando, if I'm not wrong. Yes, Brian?
Yes, I'm officially, I can say the first Kenyan to be sponsored by Selkirk as a player. Then I received a bag and some paddles to use for the tournament. And then hopefully in the coming future, we'll have more players from different countries. But currently, after receiving the first badge of the equipment, so I'm working towards on showcasing on how I play, show my game during different tournaments and see on how it works.
So, Brian, would you like to
Yes.
elaborate a little bit about how you got that sponsorship and what was the hustle and stuff?
So for me, I can say it depending on how I've been posting on my LinkedIn on my progress on pickleball here in Kenya. I got communicated by Kate Wilson, is a managing director at Selkirk. And then she asked if I will be interested to play to be a sponsored player from Kenya. But so I went through the process. They asked the tournaments I've played, on how they went. Then I gave the details depending on how the tournament went. Luckily, we had proof to show, yes, I won this and this, and this is how it went. Then it was, I got a reply from the team. They gave me, they sent me a form to fill on the paddles that I would love to start with. And then I received them through FedEx. Yes, it was a bit of a hassle to clear them from the airport on my side, but shipping them for them it was easy. I loved it, everything. But clearing them, that was the only challenge because now you saw with the tax and everything, they it was a challenge only on clearing them. But now in the future, I'm planning to use a different company on delivering them.
Well, I am just clearly jealous of you right now for getting sponsored by Selcook. It's a really big achievement, buddy. Uh, Cheers, buddy. Just cheers. I can't say anything. It's
Yes,
it's really great.
thank you so much. Yes, it's the biggest. I can say it's a big achievement. I got six of them, which is good for a start.
So I have noticed that you were playing with the Adam icon paddle before Selcook, if I'm not wrong.
Yes, yes. So the first paddle I received was Diadem Pickleball. That one I received when we had a collaboration with my club, with a sister club at Boise Pickleball Club. So that's when I received the first paddle as a gift. So the icon. So for the Boise Club, they call me the icon. They say Brian the icon. Yes.
So I guess you won't be called by the name icon anymore. You are the Selcook sponsored player, buddy.
Yeah, now you have to change. Now it will be okay. I'm planning to start a pickleball brand here in Kenya so we can have paddles locally,
That's great.
slightly with an affordable price and see on how it goes.
Do you watch any Indian pickleball maybe by any chance?
The one that I watched was the one that happened late last year,
The Bainbridge Cup?
the Bainbridge Cup. Yes, because I was to come to that one, but I didn't have any funds at the time, so I couldn't make it.
Oh.
But my dream is also to come to India and play even one tournament.
Oh, of course. I'm gonna make sure that you guys are invited to every tournament, that major tournament that happens in India. I do want to see the talent out there in
Yes,
Kenya.
yes, we have many players playing now. Even I was impressed. We had a first fun tournament here at our club uh, late last month, and the turnout was good. And the players, the way they're playing, is really impressive. With a few, uh, I can say others it's weeks, others it's months, but the way they're playing it, it's so impressive.
Yeah, yeah. It's really, a good feeling when you see players who have been playing with you, you have coached, and they rise up and they are just start playing good. It's a really good feeling in your heart, I'll say.
Yes, that's for sure.
So I've seen your videos playing tennis. You're a brilliant tennis player too. I'm a tennis player too.
Thank Nice. So when we come next, we're playing both pickleball and
Oh,
tennis.
of course. Uh, would you like to elaborate a little bit about your tennis career too? We have a lot of tennis players in India who play pickleball, so they would be interested to know that too.
So for tennis, I've played since 2009. The farthest I've traveled to playing tennis was to Rwanda late last year for the Rwanda Open. I made it only in the qualifiers, but now I'm playing this year's Kenya Open that's currently going on. I'm in the third round, playing tomorrow for the next round. Hopefully, I progress to the quarters, so I'm looking to it. But now I can say mixing it, sometimes it has been a challenge. Sometimes playing pickleball and then going back to tennis, sometimes it gets hard to adjust with time because I've been playing continuously pickleball since February without playing any tennis.
Well, I most of the times have found it difficult to make the transition from playing tennis onto pickleball. Actually, my schedule is kind of weird. I play first 1 to 1.5 hours of pickleball, and then I play 1 to 2 hours of tennis. So it's really hard to make the shift so much faster. And you have been playing pickleball for a longer period of time, much
Yes,
longer, for months now. So it can be hard for you, but best of luck for your
yeah,
tournament, buddy. Best of luck.
thank you so much.
So let's get back to the Selkirk paddles. I'm not leaving them in this podcast. I'm gonna mention too much of Selkirk.
No problem. So the one that I received was this Selkirk Vanguard Invicta Power Air and the Halo Power Max. That's the ones I really prefer them. For me, I can say on how the face is, especially for the Halo, it has a wider surface area. And then the grip, it has a good variation. You can select depending on the size that you want. But for me, I usually go for a shorter one because I play single backhand for pickleball. So for me, that it works for my game. And then for the Vanguard, mostly the reason it has more control and power. So you get to enjoy both of them. Especially if you want to do the dinks, it has a good control. You can control amazing dinks. You can do spin with it. So it's really amazing. Especially after the good thing, the reason also I loved it, it's after it was launched with the first one when it was launched by Tyson. So it was really amazing. He played with it a couple of tournaments before going to the next project, which was the current one that's the one he's using. Which I've forgotten the name, but it's a really good one also.
If I'm not wrong, he just launched his own paddle colorway in Power Air, and then he started using
Yes.
Selkirk Labs 002, older paddle. I don't know why he's doing that. It's
Yeah.
kind of weird.
He keeps switching them. Maybe he has a strategy behind it.
Maybe we don't know. Uh,
Yeah.
which paddle you'll say was the most favorite out of the ones you tried? The Power Air with the hole.
The favorite one is the Vanguard Power Air.
All right.
That's the one I can say it's more for my game.
Mm-hmm. I hear you. So,
Yes.
have you seen the Project 006 paddles by Selkirk, the new paddle?
Yes, I've seen them. Yes, I've seen them. Even there's one match that James was using it in one tournament. The one that was happening in Caravan.
Mm-hmm.
I saw James using it. Yes, they are so nice. It's just I haven't like seen players use it them more because you find yes the players they have them but they don't use them. Like even for James he has it but he went back to the S2 the one he had previously. They keep switching so I'm not sure what's the cause. But now also they have launched their new shoes which is looking very nice. The Selka shoes they're really amazing.
When I saw the Selkirk shoe first, I thought it was a sneaker. Like I am into a little bit of sneaker stuff to the Jordan shoes and stuff. So I really liked it when I saw it. I was like,
Yeah,
it looks really good. The just structure of it is very good, and I think it would be a great one to play in. I haven't bought it yet. I have the
yeah,
I have the Selkirk Labs, but it's just too dang expensive. Like $500 for a paddle. That is
yeah. It's too much. For the Selkirk Vanguard now, they're going for 250.
You have thoughts on any other paddles? There are Yula paddles out there, Franklin, Paddle Tech. There are countless companies now of paddles.
Yes, there are so many. But I've tried using the Eula because one of our directors using it at the club. I've tried it. It's also good. And for me, I can say for it has a bigger game for those who, if you're more comfortable playing on the kitchen area, it's a good one.
So you feel that Yula paddles are more concentrated towards dings and stuff, the slow game?
So it's a more of a slogan depending on the player. But now you see they have a different one. You also after Ben Jones launching the other one, the Pursuers, but he dropped it after playing badly. There's a tournament he used it, but he didn't feel it. He had to go back to his original one.
But you have some decent knowledge about APP and PPI. I'm really impressed. There are not many people out there whom I can talk to and they can actually reply with this kind of stuff. It's really good to speak to you now.
There are people Thank you. There are few who watch it, but for me, for any sport that I play, I tend to watch more because I get to learn on how people play. And then you get to see on how they do the tricks, on how it's done. Like for the dinks, a few people don't know how it really happens, but if you get to watch them play more often, you get to the idea on how you can do it for it to be easy on your side because people tend to think thinking it's too hard, but if you see the idea they do it, it's not really hard if you practice and watch more. If you watch and then you practice, so you watch, practice, you'll enjoy it after a while.
So, Brian, let's now discuss about something else. We had too much discussion about Selkirk, I guess, and the paddles. You may be bored.
No problem. No, we can talk about anything. Feel free. Don't worry.
So the next topic I would like to move to is actually pickleball courts. I guess you watch a lot of PP and APP. I have realized that you have decent knowledge of it. So I hope that you know
Yes.
about the pickle roll and the pickleball united courts, the rolling mat courts. Yes.
Yes. Yeah.
So have you played on that surface yet? And if you have not, how do you visualize it?
For the one I've played on the badminton ones when we played the first tournament in Uganda. The badminton rubber ones. That's the one we played on. But the roll one haven't played it I saw at the City Pickleball at the one in New York. They changed the skating park after this summer. They put courts at the park, and they are really looking amazing. People now can play during the summer. When winter comes, they can roll them up, and then they put different. They go back to skating, the ice skating. So now they kind of can say finding different ways to use the space. When it's winter, people can do the skating. When it's summer, people can go back to pickleball, which is good. The sport will grow because now during summer we'll have many people to play. Then
Hmm.
after the summer, even if it goes back to the ice skating, we'll have different places where they can build the courts. They can take the roll up courts on new location, either indoors like now and how people are doing at the malls, empty spaces at the malls turned into pickleball courts. Like ours here, we used a rooftop parking mall where it was empty. Then we put up the courts.
Your court, really like the Nairobi pickleball courts. I took like I saw the pictures of them, and it just looks so peaceful and beautiful to play on. It's a great environment you guys have
Thank you.
created, I'll say.
Thank you. You're welcome. When you're planning to come, just let me know.
Yeah, of course. You're the one I'm gonna visit to. There is no one else there to visit to from my side.
You're welcome.
Let's just move our talks a little bit to your experiences of playing pickleball.
Yes.
Any stories you would like to share, like crazy things which have happened to you so far when playing matches or something?
The scenarios that happen when playing a match, or
Anything that is you think is exciting for our listeners and watch the people who are watching.
for me, I can say when I played the first tournament early in February, mid-February in Uganda, I can say not many people expected their players coming from Kenya. Then the first team that I went with, we had four men and one lady. We went with, we played, they had practiced like a week or so, but the way they played at the tournament, people were impressed. They played so well, I can say they did their best, despite coming short because it was a tough one compared to the players in Uganda. Most of them, they had played for a while. For us, we had the guys I went with, they had played like for 2 weeks, of which it was a short one for them. It was a short notice, but the good thing, they showed how they can play well. Then when we went for the second one, it was amazing. We had like we were prepared to take all the medals from Uganda back to Kenya.
I really like your confidence and your team's devotion to pickleball, like preparing for a major tournament for in just 2 weeks. It's a really big thing, and winning it also.
Yeah, it is very amazing. I was impressed with how they played. It really even made me feel so nice. At least I can do something with a few short while. Then at least I motivated them to just push. For me, I say when you're playing a tournament, don't put the pressure on yourself. Play it like you're playing for fun, but you have an aim. Yes, you want to win, but play depending on whether the outcome comes on your way or against you. So at the end of the day, even if you don't win, you'll still feel nice. Even if you lose, there's no like you won't have that burden in yourself. You didn't play well. At least if you played for fun, then you enjoy the outcome of the game.
I really think I do really can relate with Brian right here. We both have hustled a lot, and I think we share a lot of same mentality while playing the game.
Yes.
Any big plans you have for pickleball in Kenya? Any upcoming thing you would like to spice up a little bit? I don't want you to reveal any big projects if you
Yeah.
don't want to. Just a little insider thing if you can.
Yeah. So far, what we have it's a we're having a pickleball tour with Alex Simon, who currently is world number two. Is age 53, if I'm not wrong. He plays at the PPA, NPL, the National Pickleball League. He played on the last weekend, the one in that was happening in Dallas, and won the tournament. Now he's number two. Mostly majors in doubles. He will be coming with some of his tour friends to come to play here in Kenya at our club as they do a tour, as they do their safari. So we'll be expecting to have different people, visitors with them, join them. I can even share with you the poster. Maybe you'll have friends who wants to join the trip. They can either, if they want to do all of it, plus visiting the wildlife and everything, football combined, they can join all of it, or it's half of it. It depends on how they feel, depending on their schedule also.
Well, it's great to hear that Alex Newman is going to visit Kenya now. Alex Newman is a really big name in pickleball. For those of you who don't know, he's one of the best players on the tour. APPPPA. He is sponsored by CRBN. CRBN, one of my
Yes.
favorite brand companies out there. Those guys are lovely too. I have talked to some
Yeah.
people over there.
Yes.
Having Alex Newman, I'll say, is equivalent to having Tyson or Ben Johns. He's a really great player, and
Yes.
I hope it will be a great experience for you guys to have him there too.
Yes, it will be a great experience having him come. Uh, then the good thing is many people will now know different countries apart from the US are playing pickleball, because now in Africa we have quite a number of countries playing pickleball. We have even Egypt, Tanzania, South Africa, Ghana, Nigeria. They're coming up. Even we have now Cameroon. So now many African countries are coming up. Even Rwanda, we have they built their first court. Uh, just ended, completed on Sunday. That's when they completed their first court in Rwanda. They're planning to have also their competition very soon. So at least I can say now many countries are coming up with pickleball courts, embracing the sport, and it will grow very nicely.
Well, I am really excited to see pickleball to grow in Africa and all the players from Africa to join pickleball on all the levels.
Yes, definitely.
Uh, and you mentioned about Daniel Moore at starting. He's a lovely guy. I think he's somewhere in Eastern Asia right now. Ball there too.
Yes, now he's in Japan, and he partnered with Diadem. So he's also planning to come to Kenya. Hopefully, everything going well next year with his group, for a pickleball tour. They come visit Kenya, play some pickleball. The same thing like Alex Simon is doing, which is going to be a good experience for both us expecting them and them coming to feel the experience of playing pickleball here in Kenya.
Daniel Moore, if I'm not wrong, has one of the most watched pickleball matches on YouTube. His nationals, I guess, or his doubles. It's, I guess, the most watched pickleball video on YouTube. I'm not sure. It is. It has above 1 million views. I'm pretty sure about that.
Uh, yes, I can say he has. Then for me, I say for him is more of the way he knows how to explain the sport to people, like the way he introduced it to me. It was really amazing. Like now, I try to usually embrace it and make people understand the sport even with the first attempt. Like when they come on the first time, they can really understand the sport, which is amazing with the way he does it.
He's an amazing player too. One of my most favorite. He came to India for the Bainbridge Cup. With him came Brandon Lee and Jay Grable too. We also had
Yes.
Leander. Do you know Leander?
No, 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 no.
You should check him out. One of
Leanne,
Yeah,
I'll check him out.
Leander Lazaro. I'll send you it on Instagram, his ID. He's one of the best players I have seen so far, coming from tennis background also. He just has, these beautiful tennis strokes implemented in pickleball. It's a dream to like
Yes.
see him play. I really love his play. Yeah.
I'll try and watch it and then I see. Even after watching the Takea showcase, the way Hurricane was playing, she really plays amazing. She uses exactly the strokes same as tennis, but now the way she has incorporated them to pickleball, it's very amazing.
If I'm not wrong, this was Hurricanes' first major PPA event, right?
Yes, it was her first major event, and no, she the last one she's been playing, she hasn't been performing that well. But this one was the one, and the first time we've seen Anna Waters lose.
Yeah, and the reaction was hilarious too when she lost. There are many memes out there.
Yeah, even
Memes of pickleball is going crazy over
even the
there.
Twitter on her, yes, she was celebrating and she's the one who lost. People are surprised. What's happening? Even the commentators were confused on what to say.
Yeah, like if someone was watching it and didn't read the scoreboard, someone might have thought that Annalie actually won and it was a celebration.
Yeah, that's for sure. But it wasn't for me. I can say it wasn't kind of a good sportsmanship on how she reacted, or because now it creates a new story. Like the focus goes back to her and rather than on how Hurricane played, because now many people will focus on how she reacted after the game rather than on how Tyra played well, of which is not it's not really good.
Well, I won't say that I completely disagree with you. It's important to acknowledge, of course, Hurricanes play too. She played great. I watched the match. I think she really deserved the win.
Yes, yeah, definitely.
It was, of course, a lot of hard work to play and win against one of world's best pickleball players.
Yes,
And it was a proud moment for a lot of people, including me, to see an outsider who was not a major part of PPA, not a big name, come and beat like an underdog story.
coming up and beat that was for sure.
And any other favorite moments from PPA? Maybe Colin Schick, reaching the finals with Ben Jones a while ago, or Chris Olsen
Yeah,
actually beating Ben Jones.
it was a good one. And what's your take? There's a clip I saw. I can't remember who did it. They're saying in near future, Ben Jones might drop his brother to a new partner. What do you think about it?
I think he should try someone new once in a while. They, of course, both are sponsored by EULA. It's a team up. But I think that it's worth to give a try, at least in, like smaller events he can play once in a while and give it a shot to try new partners because Colin Johns, a great player by the way. I love him. I am a brother too. I have an elder brother who plays pickleball, and I have been living in its shadows kind of. So I know how it feels to live in to play with a brother who has all the glory. So I'll say that Colin Chick is kind of an underdog player, of course. Not Colin Chick. I'm really sorry. Why
Yes,
did I say Colin Chick? Colin
Colin Johnson.
Yeah. So I'll say that
Yes,
Ben Jones should try maybe new partners, but
and
I
he has.
of course don't want it to be the way Riley Newman faced leaving his doubles partner.
Yes, it should be on a good terms.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes, like they trying something new and see on how it works. After a while, then they go back together.
Matt Wright, I think he should team up with Riley Newman again. They would. It would be a big event. I think all the media's would cover up that one of the best duos of pickleball is back.
Yes, they should really go back and we see them dominate again.
I would love to see that. One last, controversial thing. We have spoken bad about a lot of people now. So let's just add one more to the list. Tyson McGuffin,
No
if we
problem.
can. Your thoughts on Tyson McGuffin? How he has been really, kind of catching the
For me,
limelight. He's being flashy and stuff. Not flashy, flashy is the wrong word. Oops.
yeah.
He's been, trying to grab the limelight. Really, his new looks and everything. It's different to see on court. I'll say. Your
Yeah,
thoughts?
yes. For me, I can say with him, so far after his injury, now he's trying to get back to the game. He had an elbow injury, which made him take a break for a few weeks before playing. Now, the way he came back, the Takea showcase, I can say he has a good, the way he knows how to control his mentality and fight back to the game after losing the second set. He was 11-3, then coming back at the third one. It was really impressive the way he refocused his game, his strategy. The way, for me, I can say I call him the hype man. The way he's so energetic in the match, the shouting, and the beer drill on how he goes with the fan spectator and then they pour the beer on him. It's really amazing. He has the energy to keep the sport alive. For me, he's a good guy.
But I'll of course say that he deserves doing this. He has really revolutionized pickleball, and I think he deserves all the things he does. At the end of the day, he is the goat. Not just a goat, but the goat, the greatest of all time. I don't
Yes,
think that Ben Johns may have won more titles than him, more trophies than him, but at the end of the day, Tyson McFinn
yes,
was the face of pickleball for a long time.
yes. For a long time, he has really given the sport like a meaning to it. The way he plays it, like even people, even if you don't know what's pickleball, if you watch him play, you'll enjoy the game. That's the good thing about watching him play. For me, I can say it's really impressive.
So let's get back to you now. We have talked a lot about PP and stuff. So, do you personally enjoy indoor pickleball much?
For me, mostly the one I can say I love outdoor. Because now for me outdoor, yes, you get to learn with the wind because now you're playing against three people, your opponent. If it's doubles, so it's the opponent and the wind, so you're playing against three people, which sometimes it's good, others they complain with the wind. But for me, I say if you get used to play where there's wind, then when you go indoor, then it's easier because now at the indoor there's no wind obstructing you. The indoor that I played was in Uganda. For me, it was easier to adjust. I was using a wooden paddle before any of the paddles that I'm using currently. I used to use a wooden one, which is was slightly heavier. For me, it was amazing. I love a heavy paddle. Even the ones I use now, even if I don't feel they're heavy, I have to add an overgrip or a lead tape for them to be heavy. It creates a different sweet spot. That's the ones I love.
I started with a wooden paddle too. I know what you're talking about. It's really close to my heart to play with a wooden paddle. The feel you get is different. And
Very
I
different.
really loved your perspective about playing outdoors and how it can actually train you for different scenarios. It's really amazing to hear you say these things. It really is getting me motivated now.
You're welcome.
Buddy, let's just wrap it up here. I had a great talk with you, and I hope the audience has enjoyed it too. This was Brian Umwando on PicklerPod's PPZ, India's first pickleball podcast. Signing off. Thank you, people.